Hello everyone, this is Rachel here from the Shades of Orange. Today I want to talk about the results of my Booktube survey and share with you the general plans for my channel. If you're clicking on this panicking, the short version of this video is that nothing huge is changing, so don't worry. However, if you're interested, I'll tell you a little bit more about the feedback I got and some of the upcoming videos I have planned. I had 45 people fill out my survey, and I really appreciate that. I actually only had 31 people enter my giveaway, so the fact that more people did my survey than my giveaway I thought was really impressive. And so a huge thank you to everyone who took the time to fill that out. From there, a couple different things. First off the bat is I asked about the different types of videos you like to watch, and the number one I got was book recommendations, which is fantastic. Those are actually my favorite to film and upload, just because I find they're fun to gather a lot of my favorites, especially finding more underhyped books to recommend in a particular genre or by a particular theme. Now, a couple of the recommendation videos that I have planned or in the works include some graphic novel recommendations. I actually read a lot of graphic novels, but I don't talk about them a lot on my channel other than briefly mentioning them in my reading wrap-ups. Otherwise, I will definitely be doing another thrillers and psychological suspense video, so you can watch for that. I'll probably do another mystery recommendations video because that one had really good feedback and I have a lot more mysteries I could recommend. I'd also like to recommend some true crime, but I'd like to read a little more in the genre before I finalize my list for that. Those are a few I have in mind. If you have any other ones that you'd like to see, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. In terms of genre, I was really happy to see psychological suspense and mysteries topping the list. I definitely am going to continue reading those because frankly those are my two favorite genres, so you're going to see a lot of those featured on my channel. As well, there was quite a few people interested in seeing science fiction, which is great because I do enjoy it, and honestly it's probably here to stay. I am going to be including more science fiction in my reading because it's fun and entertaining, and so I'm glad people are interested in watching that. There was also a lot of interest in fantasy, which I will read occasionally, but I'll be honest that I'm very hit or miss when it comes to fantasy. The other genre that a lot of people were interested in seeing more of was horror. This is something I'm kind of working on, and I definitely want to do a recommendation video of horror at some point. But lately I've been reading a lot of 3-star horror books, so that's why I haven't been talking about them more. It's hard to get excited about mediocre books. So I'd like to focus more on horror, but if I'm honest, I'm still finding my niche in the genre, so I'm a little bit hit or miss when I'm picking out books. But definitely stay tuned for that. I find I enjoy those books. It's just a matter of picking out the right ones. Another question I asked is whether people wanted to watch booktubers who read only adult books, only YA, or a combination of the two, and the vast majority said a combination of the two, although a lot of the additional comments said that they prefer booktubers who read mostly adult, like 90%, and then maybe 10% YA. And I was really happy about that result. Frankly, if you watch my channel, you know that I lean much more heavily to the adult side, and I have kind of hinted in videos lately that I will be probably reading less YA this year, just because my criticisms of the genre aren't honestly very fair. I tend to dislike teenage romance and teenage drama, and so I feel like I'm giving books lower ratings just because it's not the kind of content that I want to see in a book. Nothing wrong with YA. I'm sure I'm going to pick it up from time to time, but if I'm honest, it's just not working for me these days. I want tougher stories, I want grittier stories, and understandably I'm not going to get that in the young adult section. Now, we also got some really great feedback about people liking individual book reviews, which was probably the most surprising result for me in the survey. If I'm honest, I actually watch very few individual review videos, so it was really nice to hear that people, for the most part, enjoy my own. A couple things people do prefer when I'm talking about lesser known, underhyped books. As well, they want to hear about the books that I really, really love, so those 5-star favorite reads as opposed to mediocre books. And people, for the most part, were fairly interested in hearing about new releases, although there was a bit of a mixed bag on that one. But those are probably what I'll continue doing, and it is what I try to do. The other thing is it really depends on the book itself. I recently read and loved Jurassic Park, but while I really liked it, I had no plans to make an individual review video for it because pretty much everyone knows the plot of Jurassic Park. It's been out for years, and if you've thought about reading it, I feel like you've already kind of made your decision, and it's not something that I'm really bringing anything new to the community. So that's kind of how I make my decisions. In terms of the type of books, I'm probably going to mostly be reviewing psychological suspense and thrillers, as well as mysteries and science fiction, just because those are my favorite genres. But occasionally I will mix that up, and if I feel that a book needs a little bit more attention, maybe doesn't have a review on YouTube, I'm a little more motivated to take some time and put my thoughts about it, even if it wasn't necessarily a 5-star read for me. I know it's going to be a 5-star read for someone else. Again, it's weird that it's something that's quite popular on my channel, but I actually don't watch a lot of your individual reviews, which I feel really bad about. There are a few people that I will consistently watch their reviews, and mostly it's because they're short, concise, and don't give too much time just talking about the synopsis, because frankly I can read the back of a book. So those are the criteria that I try to keep in mind when I'm filming my own videos. I did ask a question about putting up some non-book related content, and for the most part most people would like me to focus on reading books, which is perfectly fine. That's my plans for the channel. I know a lot of booktubers eventually get tired and then start filming other things, but for the most part, 95 to 99% of the videos you'll see on this channel will be about books. Occasionally, I might be tempted to film some other non-book related content, but it will be pretty minimal, and I'll try to keep it tied into the content of my channel in general. So for instance, movies and TV were the most requested non-book related videos, so maybe I do a video describing my favorite movies and TV shows involving kidnappings, because that's one of my favorite things to read about in books, and not surprisingly I really enjoy watching movies with similar plots. So maybe I could do some recommendations of TV shows and movies that are similar to the stabby books that I like to read. The other surprising thing that popped up in that section was a lot of requests for crafting videos, and while I appreciate the suggestion, trust me, no one wants to watch Rachel craft. I am the most unartistic person you will ever run into. I am terrible with crafts and coloring and all of that stuff, so trust me, you don't want to see that content. You will hate it and unsubscribe immediately. Finally, I want to say a huge thank you for everyone who left a personalized comment in the last section. There were so many nice comments. It really made my day, honestly, gave me a good pick-me-up on a couple of tough days where I really needed something to smile about, and so many people left really nice comments saying that they appreciated me taking the time to film and the kind of videos that I'm putting up and the kind of books that I'm reading, which I really appreciate. It's nice to know that someone's watching when you're taking the time to film, edit, and upload videos. So I really appreciate everyone who takes the time to comment, just even on a daily or weekly basis on my videos. It's really nice to have that feedback. In terms of maybe negative feedback, there were some concerns about the fact that my channel is kind of changing in terms of broadening into maybe some more SFF content. I've mentioned before that I am enjoying reading science fiction, so it honestly is kind of here to stay. But if you're here to see reviews of stabby books and other mysteries, thrillers, horror, no problem. I am going to try to separate that content as much as possible and allow you to kind of click and just pick the videos that you want to watch. I always tag my review videos so you know if it's like a sci-fi book or a mystery, etc. So don't be shy, you can hide the video, you don't have to watch something you're not interested in. And don't worry, my content honestly isn't going to change in any crazy way. I'm going to continue to look for lots of underhyped books, as well as talk about new releases, give you my 2 cents about which ones are worth reading and which ones are worth skipping. If you have any more thoughts about what I've talked about, please leave them down below. I really appreciate feedback. It helps me figure out which videos are worth filming and uploading, because it does take a lot of time to do this. So I love hearing what other people think, and if you do want to leave something anonymously, my survey is technically still open, so you could skip all the questions and just leave a note in there. I honestly have no idea who leaves which comment, which sometimes is frustrating when they say nice things, but that's okay. I either way appreciate the feedback, good or bad. It just helps me to focus my channel a little bit better. So that is all my rambly thoughts about my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I promise the next video will be a little bit more focused on the books themselves. As always, hope you're having a good day. I will talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Kimmy's going back because he won't stop moving and I can't film. Kimmy, you're not behaving. How are we supposed to booktube together? Kimmy. Kimmy. Oh, Kimmy. He's gonna pee on me, let's be honest. What book do you like to read, Kimmy? Do you read The Elegance of the Hedgehog?